Dear, this is me.
Oh,
You're going to be right over there. That's all right.
your name is.
We welcome you now to the post-game press conference for the Tennessee Lady Vols. Please silence your cell phones at this time. I'm joined at the podium by Tennessee head coach Kelly Harper and two-star student athletes in this game, Rennia Davis and Ray Burrell. We're going to open with a statement from Coach Harper, then questions directed, please, to the student athletes. When you're asking a question to the student athlete, please address her by name so that we know who you're talking to. Once the players are dismissed, we will take questions for the head coach. Let's start then with a comment, please, from Coach Harper.
Well, I'm really excited that we're advancing in the tournament. It took, we came out, started a little slow. I felt like Missouri was going to be really tough to beat today because of their style of play, how they play, and they're well coached. Really proud of our team for hanging in there and really in the second half getting stops. That was the difference in the game. And, our team made some runs and got some momentum, and really proud of them.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We have assistants with microphones, and please state your name and your media affiliation before the question.
Phil Kaplan, USA Today Network, Tennessee. Rennia, talk about how physical that game was. It seemed like Missouri, even though they got called with a lot of personal fouls, could have even been called with more.
Yeah, that was a physical game. We knew coming into this game that Missouri would be a tough team, as Coach Harper mentioned. But I was just proud of the team for just sticking with it, not really considering the calls or whatever the case might have been, just stepping up. And when we did get foul calls, going up and hitting free throws.
Ray, it was quite a contrast from the first half Tennessee performance to the second half. What changed at halftime for the team?
I think just we really locked in with our defense, and we had good communication. We had good offensive rebounds, and we started tackling a little bit more, getting to the free throw line. So just things like that really got us our momentum going.
Rennia, how quiet was it in the locker room at halftime, or did everybody just listen and go from there?
The locker room was actually the opposite of quiet at halftime, to say the least. But I think the message was well received, and we came out in the second half and played better.
John Huang, NOLA Media. Ray, you have a short turnaround time tonight. You play Kentucky. What do you remember about the game with them earlier this year?
Just our defense not really being where it needed to be at that time at stretches in the game, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to recall just because it was so long ago, but yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Howard, she scored 37 that game. Kentucky was really hot from the three-point line.
Yeah, like I said, they had a lot of wide open shots, so it was a lot of miscommunication on defense, and so I think we just need to clean up those areas, and we'll do a lot better.
Do we have any more questions for our student athletes? Ladies, thank you. You're dismissed. We'll see you tomorrow. Again, if you could please state your name and media affiliation when you direct questions to Coach Harper, we'd appreciate it.
Kelly, what did you say in the locker room to your players?
At halftime we were just trying to get our players motivated and, again, feel some urgency in the game. Sometimes there's some technical talks and sometimes there's some motivational talks. That one's probably a little bit of both. But, we didn't want to come in there and be satisfied with our first half performance. So we wanted to try to instill a little urgency going out of the locker room.
Hi, Kelly. John Huang, NOLA Media. What do you remember about Kentucky and what makes them so difficult to defend?
We'll start with Ryan Howard. Yes, I remember Ryan Howard. Defensively, we were just a step behind everything they were doing. She was coming off screens. She was open. We had breakdowns. It was really a game of runs. They made some runs. We made some runs. That was really the first game that we played against a really high pressure defense, and I thought it affected our play offensively. We missed a lot of chippies, some shots that we could have made. I've not seen them a lot since, but I know both teams have grown since that. It's been a long time.
Kelly, on the NCAA tournament, do you think now the body of work getting to the quarterfinals, that your team has done what it needs to do to get to the tournament?
It's funny because I really have not looked at other scores, looked where other people are standing. Anytime people ask me about that, we tied for third in the SEC. We have 20 wins, and now we have a win in the tournament. So, hopefully our resume is looking better and better.
Do we have any more questions for Coach Harper? This concludes the Tennessee press
Thank you guys for
conference.
coming.